G'day Trailblazers, my name is Cam, and in today's video I'm going to step you through how to create your very own not send automation within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So to begin with today, let's have a look at the automation we're going to build. We're going to start off with a data extract activity as a tracking extract, so we can extract the not sent data into a zip file. We'll then use the file transfer activity to move that zip file from the Safehouse onto the FTP's import location. We'll then use a file transfer using the manage functionality to unzip that file back onto the import FTP again. Then we use a file import activity to import that new CSV file from our FTP into a data extension, which means we'll now have an automated data extension which will rebuild every day with all of our not sent data. So let's jump into Marketing Cloud and start the build. To begin with, we'll jump into Automation Studio, and on the overview page, we're going to create ourselves a brand new automation. And when we do this, we're going to use the schedule activity, but we'll leave it blank for now, and we'll come back and do that a bit later on. Our first thing will be our data extract. We then need to do that transfer activity from the Safehouse, followed by the zip manage file, followed by the import activity. So let's start off by creating the data extract activity. I can go choose and I'll go create new extract. And for this one, I'm going to call this one the not sent activity. I'm going to call this one the not sent.zip because the tracking extract will always extract a zip file. Make sure I choose the tracking extract activity in the extract type, and I can go on next. On the next screen, we can choose how and what we want to extract. So I don't want my bouncers or clicks or conversions or opens. None of these activities do I want today. The only one that I do want is going to be our not sent. That's that one there. Now we can use a rolling range, which means at the time of send or the time of extract, it's going to look back a number of days. So let's start with a 7-day look back. I'm going to choose all my accounts, all attributes, and my format will be CSV. So I can click on next. I can check my summary here, rolling 7 days, data extract, all looking good. I'll go finish. That's my extract, but when that's done, it's going to extract into my Safehouse. So the next thing I have to do is move it from the Safehouse into my imports folder. So I can click on the file transfer activity here. I'll go choose. I'll create myself a brand new transfer. Now I'll call this one the not sent move, because I'm going to move it from the Safehouse into our FTP. So I'll choose the move activity and go next. Now the file naming pattern, of course, is going to be the same as what we just named our previous extract, which is not sent.zip. It must be the same uppercase and lowercase as well, so make sure you do copy it across correctly. The destination is going to be our exact target enhanced FTP, which is the import folder, so I'll leave that as it is. I'll go next. And our summary here is looking pretty good, so I'll go finish. Now at this stage, I'm just going to check out my automation so far to make sure it's running this much. So I'll go save. I'm going to call this one the not sent automation, and I'll go save. Now before I can run the automation, I'll have to remove these blank activities, so I'll drop those two out for now, resave it, and let's go run once. I'll run these two activities just to make sure it's working so far. I'll go run and run. So the automation is now running, and I can see how it's going so far. It's done so far. So I can jump into my FTP and I can refresh my folder view and see if I've in fact got my new folder. And hopefully I do. The not sent zip has been transferred, so I can see it just there. So now that we know it's working so far, we'll jump back into our workflow and we'll add in those next activities. So the next one was going to be the unzip. So I'll move over the file transfer. We'll choose and create a brand new activity here. We'll call this one the not sent unzip. The naming conventions. I'm going to use the manage file action. We'll go next. In the manage file, we go into unzip the file. And the file we called not sent.zip. So again, making sure it's the exact same file naming convention. We'll go next and check our summary. Looking pretty good there. So we'll go finish. These first two ones are working, so let's now save the activity and just run the unzip. I'll go run once and just choose our 3.1 activity here. That one, and go run. And the automation was able to complete successfully. It says here that it has managed to unzip that file. So let's check the FTP folder again by refreshing our folder view. we have the not sent and the not sent zip. Perfect, that's our new file. So we've now built the data extract, the move, and the unzip activity. There's just one more thing to do, and that's to import our new file. But of course, to import a file into a data extension, we need to have a data extension to put it into. So I can jump across into my email studio and create myself a brand new data extension. In my data extension view here, I'm going to go create, and make myself a brand new standard data extension, and call this one, of course, not sent. For our not sent data extension, we of course have to put some fields in. And the good news is there is some documentation for this data extract activity. I can jump across into the Salesforce Marketing Cloud documentation. Under my Marketing Cloud journeys and automations, we in fact have under our data extract activities, the extract types, and the data extracts, we have our output here. And of course, the not sent output, and here's our documentation. There's a few fields, and of course, these fields also have the correct data types. So we'll jump ahead now. I'm going to start populating out this data extension, putting in all the fields exactly as they are shown in this documentation, using the correct corresponding data type, which means I should be able to import that CSV file using the file headers. And here is the complete data extension. As you can see, I've used a few primary keys. That's because I want to make sure I only have one record for each unique subscriber within a send, within a particular list ID on each date for each event type in each batch. By doing this, I can also use the file upsert, that is the add and update activity type, so I can keep appending new records while not introducing duplicates into my data extension. So let's now jump back into Automation Studio, and I can show you how that all works by stitching up our import file activity. So I'll go choose, and I'll create a brand new import definition. This will be the not sent import. And go next. And for this one, we are going to use our not sent CSV. There it is there. We can copy that and put it into our file naming convention, making sure it's correct. There it is. We're going to make sure that we do respect quotes and skip rows with bad data. I can go next. Now for this one, it's going to import into our brand new data extension. So I'll find it here, and here is our not sent. I'll choose that one and go next. And finally, I can choose the add and update to update existing data and add new records. Perfect. I can map by header row because we kept all the same naming conventions as our documentation. With all that complete, we can click on next, check our summary, and go finish. Now with that, that should be our automation completed. So I can now save our automation. Let's run our final step, the not sent step, or the import, should I say, of the not sent. We'll run once. Let's try and run that file import. Just the one activity, and go run, and run now. And our automation has just finished running, so I can jump back into my data extensions and check out my not sent, and straight away, you can see there's one record that's been upserted so far. I can jump in and check out my records view, and hopefully, yep, there is one record with all the details in it. Perfect. Now, one thing to be aware of is that you may experience an error when trying to import the not sent tracking extract, because you may have no records in your not sent. Just be aware there is a setting which is called the Allow Blank File Processing that needs to be enabled so that your Marketing Cloud Automation Studio doesn't stop running if a blank file is found. You can see here from the Trailhead community questions, there is a business rule called the Allow Blank File Processing, which you can request by doing a setup ticket request inside of your help and training portal to ask for the Allow Blank File Processing to be enabled for your instance. So now that we've tested each of the steps for this automation, we can jump back into our main automation here and configure our schedule. Now we are going to set that data extract to extract the last 7 days of our not sent. So we can jump into our configuration here for our schedule and use our start date to go at midnight. We're going to tell it to repeat every day, ending never. This way, it's going to run every midnight and extract the last 7 days of not sent data. But of course, using the import file activity here, we did choose the add and update, which means only the last 24 hours will be updated into our data extension. Our final step is to jump over to our schedule and to activate the activity. So we can of course save first, jump over and go activate, and then save once more. And now our brand new automation is ready to go. And there you have it. We have an automation which will every day collect the not sent email records from our tracking extract and populate them into a data extension. This can be really useful because it means you now have a data extension within your instance that you can look up using a filter activity or SQL to see if a subscriber has for some reason not received one of their emails. So I hope you enjoyed today's walkthrough of the not sent tracking extract. If you have, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you are notified when I release more Salesforce Marketing Cloud content.